Whispers from the hollow. In the small town of Eldridge, autumn had settled in with a heavy blanket of fog, wrapping the streets in a thick veil of silence. The leaves had turned brittle, crunching beneath the feet of wandering souls who seemed intent on reaching their destinations without a word. It was on one such day that 15-year-old Tara Collins and her friends stumbled upon the hollow. A grove hidden between the gnarled trees on the outskirts of town, untouched and shrouded in myth. They had heard the stories, tales told in hushed tones by old folks at the diner about the creatures that dwelled in the hollow. Supernatural entities that glimmered with an eerie light, said to be lost spirits of those who had ventured too far into the woods and never returned. Skepticism colored their laughter as they dared each other to step inside the perimeter marked by ancient oaks, their branches twisting like skeletal fingers. "Come on, it's just a bunch of trees," Tara chided, her heart racing with a blend of fear and excitement. Her friends, Kyle and Lisa, exchanged nervous glances, but Tara's confidence pushed them forward. They crossed the threshold, the air instantly thickening around them, a change that felt like stepping through the pages of a story where logic had no hold. The sound of crunching leaves faded, replaced by a low hum that vibrated in Tara's chest. "What's that noise?" Kyle asked, shifting uneasily, his bravado dimming. "Probably just the wind," Lisa replied, though her voice lacked certainty. As they ventured deeper, the trees closed in like a fortress, shadows draping the ground in dusky hues. Tara's shoulders tingled with a sense of being watched, an instinct that urged her to turn back, but curiosity bound her feet in place. She pressed forward, leading her friends into the unknown. Then, they saw it. A clearing bathed in a strange, silvery light that seemed to pulse with life. In its center stood an ancient stone monolith covered in strange runes, the air thick with an otherworldly energy that beckoned them closer. "Do you think it's real?" Tara whispered, approaching the monument. Suddenly, the hum intensified, and from the corners of her vision, shadows began to swirl, taking on shapes. Figures adorned in flowing, translucent garments, their faces obscured yet hauntingly beautiful. They hovered just above the ground, their movements ethereal, drifting through the air like mist. "Tara," Kyle shouted, but his voice sounded distant. She felt her heart race. The entities began to whisper, soft and desperate, their voices intertwining like a twisted melody. "Help us, find peace, Seeker?" Tara's breath caught in her throat. The stories hadn't prepared her for this, for the palpable sorrow that radiated from the figures. They reached toward her, a chorus of longing that wrapped around her heart and tightened. "Guys, we should go," Lisa urged, backing away. But Tara was rooted in place, transfixed by the sorrowful gaze of one entity, its eyes two pools of shimmering darkness. "Stay," it whispered, and in that moment, the world blurred. Tara felt pulled into the depths of that gaze, plunging into darkness. Images flooded her mind. Lives lived long ago, pain and grief echoing through the ages, a history trapped in the hollow. She saw humans caught in storms, echoes of laughter tainted by loss, darkness consuming them. The shadows churned around her, and she realized. These were the souls of the lost, endlessly searching for closure. "No, I can't," Tara screamed, fighting against the pull. But the entity beckoned her closer, its voice laced with both sadness and a hint of hope. "You can set us free, break the cycle?" Just as Tara felt her resolve crumbling, she heard Kyle's frantic voice break through the haze. "Tara, we're leaving." With a jolt, he grabbed her and pulled her backward, breaking the invisible tether that bound her to the hollow. The entity's expression shifted, a flash of anger mixed with despair. Tara stumbled, the light around her fading as they backed out of the clearing. The whispering intensified, transforming into frantic cries. "Wait, don't go, you must, we're trapped, help us." Tara felt a wave of guilt wash over her, but as they hurried away, the trees began to twist and groan, the earth trembling beneath their feet. The closeness of the hollow turned monstrous, the way back becoming obscured by mist. Panting, the trio finally broke free from the trees, bursting into the crisp daylight. They collapsed on the ground, hearts pounding, the banter from before replaced by a heavy silence. "What the hell just happened?" Kyle gasped, looking at Tara wide-eyed. "I don't know," Tara replied, shaken. The haunting whispers echoed still in her mind, a soft reminder of the souls caught in conflict. They promised never to return, yet as autumn continued to deepen, so did the whispers in Tara's mind. Sometimes, late at night, she would hear them call out, a reminder of those who existed just beyond the veil of reality, forever haunting the hollow, the realm of lost souls. And no matter how far she ran, those whispers would remind her. Some boundaries are never meant to be crossed, and some calls are best left unanswered.